Hello and welcome to Digitising Europe, Opportunities for the Next Generation. I'm here with Jens Schulte-Bockum, who is the CEO of Vodafone Germany. Welcome, Jens.
Yeah, hello, David.
Today, Jens, we talked about how ICT can help to create new opportunities for the next generation. Why is that so important for Vodafone?
Well, I genuinely believe that this topic, the conference topics, is one of the key topics for Europe in the future. Digitization is, for the 21st century, what the Industrial Revolution was for the 19th century. That's what I genuinely believe. And of course, big data is the fuel for that revolution, and that runs on our network. So it is absolutely intimately relevant for what we do as business at Vodafone.
Many people are also worried that ICT might replace human skills, cognitive abilities, and that algorithms and robots will take over in a way. Do you share the belief that this might also be threatening for professions, for the job market?
It's very difficult to say. I believe on balance it's going to be a good development, but I think it would be wrong to assume that it's going to be beneficial for everybody. You know, just as the Industrial Revolution has replaced pretty much all the farming work, I think the digital revolution will replace a lot of traditional jobs, particularly clerical jobs, the way we know them today. But there will be new opportunities and probably richer and more rewarding opportunities for people to really do what they want to do in life. Now, the challenge for us, I believe, is how do we prepare our people, how do we prepare young people in particular for a future in the digital economy? And I think that's also what this conference was about to a large extent.
We also talked a lot today about education and digital skill building. What would be your advice to the young generation? I mean, you're also a father yourself, and what would be your advice to your own kids, but also to the youth in Europe in general?
Well, I think children today are already making a huge transformation. You know, when I started university, I would do my seminar papers in handwriting. And for the occasional long paper, I needed a typewriter. Young kids don't know anymore what that really is. And then, throughout the years at university, I started to have a computer. But now my, 13-year-old daughter starts at school with an iPad, basically. So they learn how to work with digital media from day one. And I think that's a huge privilege. Now, that opportunity today in Europe is not available for all children. And I think it's important that we rethink the way we educate. I think the role of, frontal classroom teaching is kind of a thing of the past, so that needs to evolve. Students learn at different speeds. They have different access to technology, and I think the education system needs to accommodate these differences.
Apart from skill building and what has to happen on the individual level, we also talked today really a lot about digital infrastructure.
Yes.
So access on a large scale. What has to happen here? What is the regulatory environment we need to create the digital future for Europe?
Well, first of all, I'm very, very pleased to hear from politicians like from Chancellor Merkel, who was here today, that they now recognize that digital infrastructure is a very, very important ingredient of the digital economy in the future. And we've had 10 years of what I would qualify as a fairly anti-investment climate in Europe, where the whole regulation in telecoms only went one way. I think that's starting to reverse right now. Governments are acknowledging that they need to provide the right frameworks and incentives for companies to recoup the money that they're investing, because companies are now putting up huge amount of monies to develop the services of the future. As you well know, Vodafone is investing in 2 years alone in Germany 5 billion euros. And of course we do that because we believe that ultimately we will see a return on that money. And so I think it's about setting the right regulatory signals, debates around, are we going to have differentiated service classes? The whole net neutrality debate is an important case. How are we going to deal with consolidation opportunities for companies in Europe? These are important debates that are starting to really arrive in the European Parliament, in the European Commission, in national governments, and I think that's a good development.
Okay, thank you very much, Jens, for your time. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you.